I'm Paul, half of Dads and Dice, and today we're going to do a solo playthrough of Nestlings, published by Tangerine Games. I'm going to get it set up. See y'all at the table. All right, so here we are. We've got everything set up for a solo playthrough of Nestlings. We are going to be playing with the advanced AI, and I'll kind of explain what that does a little bit later whenever we get to it. But overall, this is a dice worker placement area majority style game where on our turn we'll be rolling our dice, placing them out here in the different biomes, collecting resources, feeding our nestlings based on wherever your bird is, wherever their habitat is. So for me, I'll be playing the mountain bluebird. The alpine is my native biome, so I'll be able to feed my nestlings from the alpine resources. I'll be collecting resources from the other biomes as well to be able to complete these gathering goals and then to complete my nest goals as well. The solo, they will be rolling their dice one at a time, filling in spaces on the board, blocking spaces from me. They will be flipping these cards here to determine which resource they're going to be taking, and they're going to be collecting those resources up here. Whenever they complete these first two columns, they'll be able to claim this first gathering goal. Whenever they complete the following three, they will move up the track that way. At the end of every round, I will be able to, again, feed my nestlings, gaining 2 victory points per nestling that I fed, and counting how many resources I have on my wheel here. Anytime I gain a new resource from the board, I will get one of these wedges, and I will place it on my board. Again, so at the end of the round, if I were to score my blue, that would be 2 for feeding this one, plus 1 here from that wedge. Victory points come from a variety of things. Like I mentioned, these gathering goals, these nest goals. Every round, if you're feeding your nestlings, counting up how many sections of the wheel you have. At the end of the game, if you have a set of 3 resources left over, that will be 3 victory points. And then if you have your wheel completed, that is worth 12 victory points. You will also multiply your smallest populated section by 2. So that kind of gives you something to work towards, trying to make these sections as even as possible. We will go ahead and get into the game. I know that's just a very high level overview of how to play nestlings, but as we get through it, I'll do a little bit more explaining, and we can go ahead and get started. So the first thing that you'll notice here is that the board is already populated with food types, and you need 4 distinct food types per biome, but you can have multiple of the same type. So down here in the desert, we have 2 caterpillars, 2 crickets, but there are 4 distinct types. You can never have more than 2 of the same kind. All right, so let's go ahead and get playing here. So first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to roll my dice. And as you can see, I have 5 dice here, and then 1 is locked. I can unlock that one by actually passing with 1 dice remaining. Then that one becomes unlocked for me. And then if I pass, they will pass as well. So here it looks like I have 2 savannas. I have 1 alpine, 1 blank, and 1 river. Let us go ahead and let's re-roll this blank in the savanna. Okay, so that gets me a alpine and another blank, so not too bad. I am first player. So first thing that we'll do here is we will go to the freshwater. Now it's going to be yellow's turn. And yellow's going to go here to the savanna. Now it's going to be blue's turn. They're going to the grasslands, so they will be taking that first player marker. Now that first player marker, whoever has it at the end of the game gains 3 victory points. So I'll probably want to take that back at some point. You know what? I want to go to the grasslands. Yellow is going to go to the desert. Blue is going to go to the savannah. I want to go to the savannah. Yellow will go to the desert. And blue will go to the alpine. And then I will go to the alpine. Now, you can see here that yellow has 2 dice on the desert. So how we resolve gathering is you go top down, left, right. So you resolve who has the most dice first, so 2, and the AI will never place more than 2 on top of each other, and then you'll go from left to right. So there's nobody here right now, but if there was, they would still go first, and so on and so forth. So I went into the alpine. They're going to the grasslands, and then blue is going to the river. Now, I think I'm okay with this. Because I could come here to the desert, but I have presents everywhere, so I'm going to get one resource of all of those. Might not be the one that I want exactly, but I'm at least going to get a resource from everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and pass. And since I pass, I'm going to unlock my dice, and then everybody else will pass as well. All right, so now we will go into the gathering phase, and we start wherever this token is. So it's here in the desert. And so the yellow is the only one that went there. And how we gather those resources is with this resource deck. So the first person that has priority will always choose something. So they got a caterpillar, so they will take both of those caterpillars. And then they will always discard something as well. So they're going to discard the snake, which there is none. They're going to discard the wasp. And so that wasp will go here. All right, so then this will come there and here. Now we'll go ahead and go clockwise. So it's going to be me here first. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the frogs. These dice will come back. And so the frog is actually one of my gathering goals. So I have 2 of them there, and I will gain 3 victory points for getting that in the first round. And I'll go ahead and just put that here to know that I collected that. Now, looking at the long term, over here, I have the gathering goals, and this first one is 2 pairs from the same biome. So I've already got 1 pair from the water biome. It's possible that I can get another pair as well, and then just complete that first gathering goal. So, okay. Now I get to discard something here. You know what? I'm going to discard the crab. Actually, I say that when we come here to the grasslands, it's going to go to its biome first. And grab something there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and discard the prawns, just because there's 2 of them. And then it is going to discard, or it's going to grab a frog. Nope, no frogs. The prawn, no prawns. I discarded it. Then the crab. So the crab will go here. Now, unfortunately, it is going to grab those 2 fish during the grasslands, but that is okay. All right, now we're coming up here to the alpine, and blue is going to go first. And so it's going to get the daisy. There is a daisy there, and then it is going to discard the worm. There is no worm. The raspberry, no raspberry. The moth. Okay, so it discards the moth, and the daisy goes there. This blue one should be down here. Okay. And then I will go ahead and grab the ant. And I am going to feed with the ant, and I'm going to feed the blue. Now, I did forget something on my turn. I did collect a frog, so I do get my frog wedge piece. And then I also collected my ant, so I do get my ant wedge piece here as well. And I actually don't know if I want to feed the water nestling or the water biome section here. I'm gonna keep it here on the silver, on the gray. Okay. So that is there, and then we're going to come here to the savannah, and yellow is going to go first, And yellow is going to keep the lizards. Yellow is going to discard the grasshopper. Blue is going to keep the snail. And then I will keep the berries. All right. So I will keep these berries. And I've got 2 of those. This will come here. Okay. So now we go to the grasslands and we start left to right. So blue is going to go to its biome. It's going to look for a unique resource. So fish. It's going to collect both of those. And then it's going to be my turn. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this fly because it is one of mine. And I'm going to feed the green, and this fly will come here. Okay, and then it's going to be yellow. I should have retrieved all these. And then yellow is going to go to their biome. They're going to get a unique one, whichever one is the deck is going to choose for them. They're going to get the worm. Now, the worm is a wild resource. The worm is in every single biome, but it's just going to go here. And then these crickets go back to the bag. All right, and so that is the end of round 1. Now let's go ahead and do some end of round scoring. So I have fed 2 nestlings, so that's 4 victory points. And I fed my gray, so that's 4, 5, 6. And then I fed my green, that is 7. So I have 7 victory points as of right now. You know what? I'm sorry. I did get my ant also. So, and then let's get 7. And I'm just going to keep my victory points here underneath my board. It does come with this victory point tray, so those go there. Also, forgot something during setup. Oh, I can't believe I didn't do that. These bonus tokens should be out here on the gathering goals. Completely forgot about that. And these, once you complete your gathering goal, they just give you an extra bonus, or you can use them at the end of the game for 3 victory points. So that is it for the round. We did everything we needed to. If you look over here at the solo board, the next unique gray that it gets is going to complete those first 2 columns, and then it will be able to score from this gathering points there. All right, let's refill. Blue is first player. We have all of our dice unlocked. I'm going to go ahead and roll mine. I have 2 alpines, a cactus, and then 3 blanks. Now, something I didn't explain is over here on the side of your player board, you have this energy, this bird energy, and you can spend it as many times as you want per turn to either re-roll all of your dice or change a face to whatever you want. And when you do that, you lose a victory point each time. So instead of doing that, I'm actually just going to re-roll these 4. Not any better, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep them. So we will stay there. All right, blue is going to go first, and so they will go to the desert, which actually I'm going to go to the desert as well. And then yellow is going to go to the river. That will come over here. I'm sorry, I say river, I mean the freshwater. Blue is next. Let's go into the savannah. Now it's me. I'm actually going to go to the grasslands. I want to be first player. And I'm going to use one of my alpine dice because I have 3 of them. Okay, yellow. Back to the freshwater. Blue. Freshwater. Me. Savannah. Yellow. Savannah. Blue. River. And me, alpine. Yellow. Alpine. And blue, grasslands. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this one here. It's going to place another dice here. And it's going to the desert. So they should be the last player. They're going to go first. Now it's me. I'm actually just going to pass because that's it. That's all I want to do. So I believe at this point, not 100% sure, but this is how we're going to play it. I believe that means that yellow has to pass as well. But for the next round, we'll all have our 6 dice. So if that's not the rules, sorry, that's how we're going to play for this round at least. All right, so we'll start here on the river. And yellow will go first. And yellow's going to get... the frog. And yellow's going to discard the prawn. And blue's going to get the crab, the dragonflies. Okay. So that leaves the fish there, which I think I'm going to get on my turn. I like that. Okay. Then we have the alpine, which I will be getting first. And for the alpine, what do I not have? I don't have berries. What does it not have? It does not have a lot of those. Let me get berries. I'm going to get the berries. And I'm going to feed my nestling. And then we're going to discard the ant. And yellow is going to take the worm, the moth, the daisy, which they already actually had. So that will go there. Okay. And then we're going to go here to the savannah. So I will be going first. I don't have, I guess, any of those really except for the berries. Doesn't make a huge difference to me. Let's see, over there they have a snail, so I might want to leave the snail out. I guess I'll take the grasshopper. And then I will discard the beetle. Okay. And now blue is going to go. And blue is going to get, it doesn't matter, this deck doesn't matter because they're going to get both of those remaining resources there. And so those will go here and here. Okay. And then we're going to finish up with the desert. And for the desert, blue will go first. And blue will take the worm, the wasp. Oh, I'm sorry. That should have come out. So blue will take the wasp. And blue will discard the cricket. So now it's my turn, and I will actually take that snake. And that's going to get me, this is the second round, so that's going to get me 2 victory points here. And then yellow is going to, let's see, I get my snake. And then yellow is going to take the prickly pear. Okay. And then we're going to fulfill the grasslands. So I'm going to go first. It's going to take that fly either way. So I'm going to go ahead and take the fish. So how the AI resolves the grassland is it goes to its biome, and it looks for one that is unique. And if there isn't one that's unique, it's going to go to the next one. So it already has a fish, so it would go to the next one. So I'm going to take those fish. That's going to give me this here. And with that being said, I now have 2 pairs from a biome. So I'm going to pay for those, and I'm going to take one of these bonus tokens, but I'm not sure what these symbols mean. So I know this first one gives me a bird energy. I haven't used any. This one gives me move one of your already placed dice to another biome. Interesting. This one is draw from a bag and keep whatever you get. And then this one is you get to feed from one of these to something else. So honestly, none of those really strike my fancy. If anything, I would have liked this one where I draw from the bag, but it's only 3 victory points. So I'm going to go ahead and claim this top one. It's going to give me 7 victory points. And if I don't use this by the end of the game, then it's 3 victory points. So I'm going to go ahead and claim my 7 that I have now from gaining that there. So now the next one is 5 unique resources, and it looks like I have 3 unique resources. So blue is now going to get the fly, and that's going to go there. And it completed this first 2 columns, so now it is going to go to the second highest, and it's going to gain 5 victory points there, plus the 3 victory point token as well. So that will go there, and this will go here. All right, let's go ahead and reset for next round. Oh, let's do some end game scoring stuff here. So I have fed 1 nestling. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm getting 5 victory points there. And it looks like that is it. Okay, so now let's reset. All right, let's go ahead and start round 3. All right, so since I passed, I still have my 6 available dice. We're going to go ahead and roll those. 2 alpines, 1 savanna, 1 river, 1 cactus, 1 grassland. I think I like that. Okay, so I am first, and you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and claim the grassland again. I want to be that first player, and we're going to let yellow go now. They have the savanna. Blue has the alpine. And me, I will go to the... I need some desert stuff, so I'm going to go to the desert first. Yellow, savanna, blue, savanna, me, river, freshwater, yellow, river, freshwater, blue, savanna, me, alpine, yellow, desert, blue. It cannot go there, so it is going to go to the grassland because that would be its third dice. And then for me, I'm going to go to the savannah. Yellow's going to go grassland, and blue's going to go there. Okay, and I'm actually just going to go ahead and pass again because I'm where I need to be for everything. So that's good. So everybody's going to go ahead and pass with me, and we will start our next round. So we will start, and in the alpine, blue is going to go first. And pretty much as long as it gets anything except for that fly, it will get another gathering goal. So blue is going to get the ant. So both of those will go here. It is going to discard the fly. Okay. And then it does get its gathering goal, so it's just going to go ahead and move up. And I'm just using yellow for all of them. It goes to the highest one, so that's right there. So it gets 7 victory points plus the bonus token. Okay. And then it's me. I'm going to go ahead and get these moths because I don't have the moth. And we're going to feed gray. Then we're going to come here to the savannah. And for the savannah, it's just going left to right. So yellow is going to get the elderberry. There is none. Get the grasshopper. They're going to discard the worm. Blue is going to get the lizard. There's no lizard. The beetle. Okay. Oh, that is not a beetle. This is the beetles. Okay. So we have completed our first row. So what that actually means is the AI is going to score some points now. So they're first going to get 10 victory points there. And then they're going to get victory points for every stack that is in that row. So right here, this stack has 2 in it, and each are worth 5. So that is going to be another 10 victory points. No stack there, no stack there. Here, each of those are worth 1. So it is going to get 2 victory points for that. Then we discard down to the last completed column. So that's going to be right there. So these 3 will go away. So I got a pretty good chunk of points by completing that row right there. 22 points. Pretty good. And then this last one, it does have a stack there, but that one's worth 0 victory points. So, all right. Then that leaves me with the last resource there, which is a snail. Which I'll grab my snail. And then we're coming to the desert. So here with the desert, with the desert, I need 5 unique resources. And then I need, for this one resource from each biome. So I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 cactus. That's going to complete a column here. It's going to complete another row. It's going to get tons of victory points. No matter what I do, it's going to do that. So, and then I'll discard the cricket. Okay, so before we move on to them, I'm going to go ahead and do my next nest goal. So that is going to be 5 unique resources. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have a prickly pear, an elderberry, a grasshopper, a snail, and a snake. And then my prickly pear should be here. And then I'll go ahead and get the next one up. So I'm actually Gonna do this here, which is not a ton of victory points. Yeah, so this bonus token lets me place any wedge piece out on the board that I want. So we're going to see how useful that is. And I'm actually going to use this bonus. And I'm going to place my final gray, which is going to go here. And then that's actually going to let me place another one because I completed this wheel bonus. So I'm going to place another wedge, and let's go with one of these yellows. So I'll go ahead and get the cricket one. Okay. So that was my turn. Now for these, it's just going to grab both of those. So once the wasp will go here, and then this one will go here. Now, again, just like before, it completed a column, so it's going to get 10 victory points. And then there are 2 here, so it's going to get 4 more points there. I'm going to give it a 5 and take away a 1. And then we discard down. That one is at 0, so we discard down to the last filled column. Okay. It's having some big moves. I think it might crush me this time. We'll see. It's doing very well, I'll tell you that. All right, now we're going to go to the river. And for the river, we're going to take the, what does it need? It needs that worm. It needs that worm. That's basically it. So we want to leave it with the crabs. So I will go ahead and take these dragonflies. We're going to discard the worm. And let's see what it takes. It will take, and I get my dragonfly. It's going to take the crabs. That's what we wanted it to take. It's getting 0 points for those. Okay. And then that stays there. This comes to me. This goes there. All right, now we go to the grasslands. I'm going to take this one. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to take that one because I get to score it. And then it's going to take the frog, which will go there. And then, unfortunately for yellow, there is no resource for it to take. So that's kind of the downfall for the grasslands. It's kind of a push your luck section. So we are moving into the final round, and I am still currently first player. And I don't know how well I'm doing comparatively. That's okay. So let's go ahead and score. So that's 4 victory points. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm feeding green, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I'm getting 12 points from there. 12 points. Okay. These get fed. And then we refill. All right, let's continue. So, I am first. Let's roll all my dice, and I have all of them. Ooh, that's a lot of water. I don't need all that water. I need 1, maybe 2, so that I can get priority. I don't need alpine. Maybe just a feed. I don't like these dice. Oh, I do need an alpine. just to get something so that I can do this one. Okay. Let's go to the savannah first. And then yellow. We'll go to the alpine. Blue will go... Definitely should have gone to the grassland first. Because that's how you can get 3 victory points at the end of the game. So that's where I'm going now. Yellow is going to the desert. Blue is going to the river, freshwater. I will go to the freshwater. Yellow will go to the freshwater. Blue will go to the savannah. I definitely want to go freshwater first. Well, hold on. I'm not going to do that one yet. I'm going to go alpine. Now yellow will go savannah. Blue will go freshwater. See, so now there was no point for me to go there because I'm going to be going second either way. What do I do? Well, I need to go here just in case. Desert and grasslands. Okay, I'm just going to pass my last dice phase. Just because I don't need anywhere. And we'll go ahead and start, and we're going to start here in the savannah. So blue will go first. And blue is going to gather. We don't want them to get grasshoppers. That's it. Everything else is okay. Snail. Oops. And then it discards the elderberries. Okay. And now me. What don't I have? I don't have the lizards, so I'll go ahead and grab the lizards. Oh, it's going to give it the crickets. It's okay. Let's do the lizards. Yeah, that's okay. And then it's going to get the grasshoppers. Oh, man, that's giving it 8 victory points, actually. It's probably smarter. I'm not going to give it the lizard. I'll take these. And it can take the lizards. And go there. Okay, now we're going to the desert. Should take a unique one. Probably what it should do. But we will do the cards. And it will take no snake, take a cricket. And it will discard the pair. Okay. And then we're going to the freshwater. And for the freshwater, it will take... Blue is going first. As long as it doesn't take the prawn. Worm. Dragonfly. Oh, that's quite a bit of points too. And then it discards the frog, fish. Discards the fish. Okay. And then, so I have to take the prawn. Well, that gives me the prawn here. And it will take the crabs. And then up here, it will take the I'm going to get, well, let's see, what will it take? The daisy. And discard the worm. So I get to take the flies. I'll feed one thing. And then I'll actually complete my final biome here, which is one from each different biome. So I have that there. This one will move up to here. So this is a wild resource of any kind. I'm going to trade this in for a blue, for the wild resource of blue. And I'm going to finish my wedge there. And then that lets me add something that I don't have. And I will add it honestly doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll add a wasp. And then we're going to go ahead and go here. And for my final one, I'm going to gather this. And I will feed my blues. And then it will gather either of these. It really doesn't matter. This one gives it more victory points. There's the worm. There's the caterpillar. It's going to take the caterpillar. And then that is it. That resolves all of the sections in the map. So now all that we do is we just total up everything and score. So let me do my end around thing here. So I have 4. And then it should be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So here's 10, here's 1, here's 3. There's 14 things. Okay. And that is it. So let me go ahead and finish up scoring my stuff. Right, so these get discarded. And let's go ahead and start counting up stuff. So victory points, end of the game. I get 3 for not spending my energy, my bird energy. And I get 3 because I have 3 unique resource types here. And those will go away. And then I will multiply my lowest section by 2. So I have 6 because green is my lowest. And I believe that is it. So let's go ahead and do some math here. 3, 6, there's 10. We're just going to do groups of 10 here. 3, 6, 9, 10, 3, 6, 9, 10, 10, there is 6, 7, and then I do have my bonus token, which is 3 victory points, and then there's 1. So I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 61, 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71. So I'm sitting at 71 points. Now let's see what the AI has. So 71 for me. Let me just kind of move these over so that I can pull that board over here and start tallying up their score. Okay, so how they score is they score the leftmost open, I'm sorry, the right, no, I was correct. The leftmost open spot and then they count how many stacks they have of resources in there. So gray, we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then these are 0. So gray has 9, and it only counts the stacks. It does not count the single ones. Green is at 3. These are each worth 1 here. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then nothing there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then here 5, 8, 11, 14, 17. That's a pretty good one. There's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 12. Plus 5 is 17. Plus 4 is 21. Plus 2 is 23. Big points there. So 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 21, 22, 23. All right, so sitting there alone, it's at 47 points. So we're at 47 plus 30. That is 77. So it got me there. I'm at 71. Plus 15. Plus 3 more. There we go, and it scored 95. It did very, very well there. Honestly, the best that I've seen the AI do, which I'm actually kind of happy to see, because I have beat the AI pretty handedly the other times that I played it. So one thing definitely that this playthrough had that my other ones didn't was it was able to clear 2 of these rows. And when it cleared that first green one, it got 22 victory points right there. So it got tons of points from that. This is my 5th time playing it solo, my 4th time with the advanced AI, and this is the first time that it's actually been able to clear not only 1 row, but 2 rows. So definitely, it definitely can be a little bit swingy, right? You're going to see a lot of variance in scores. I've had it score as low as, I want to say it was 68, and now this is its highest score at 95. So, you know, it can be pretty swingy. I've had my scores vary basically anywhere between the 70s, and then my highest score, I believe, is a 96, 98, something like that. So it is definitely still competitive at that player count. Now, I don't think this is the best game for solo. It's a good game for solo. The AI could definitely do better things. It could have got way more points than what it did, but just the way that the decks work, that's kind of what comes out. So that is all that I have here for Nestlings. It is a great game. It is very enjoyable. The solo is very easy to manage, and it does a good job at blocking your spots. I do think this game will play better at higher player counts. I know it plays better at higher player counts. So if you do have the ability to try out this game, I highly recommend it. Definitely at those higher player counts, and if anything, just for the art and the production value alone of this game. It is great. Tangerine Games did a phenomenal job with it. And that is all that I have for Nestlings. As always, please remember, like, comment, subscribe. All that stuff really does help us. It helps our channel grow. Until next time, see y'all later.